Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my ongoing series on the Bhagwad Gita Decoded, where I go through the Bhagwad Gita shlok by shlok, adhyay by adhyay, and try to explain to you its philosophical, moral, religious significance, particularly for Hindus in the 21st century, but indeed for any human being on planet Earth. Um, I just wish to continue this series further. Please keep on liking, sharing, and subscribing our videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the content that we try to regularly post for you guys. And yeah, please, don't forget to comment below and give us your suggestions. We read your comments frequently, and when we find suggestions cool or interesting, we often try to implement them and give you guys shout outs. So, without further ado, I would like to proceed with the 31st shlok of the first adhyay of the Bhagavad Gita. Uh, we have thus far we see or we follow Arjun's journey as he finds himself on the battlefield confronting his kinsman, and in this situation he finds himself having a crisis of conscience because he finds that he lacks. He finds his courage has deserted him as he realizes that yes, he now must engage in brutal, bloody battle with his own kinsmen and people he considers his blood. And sadly, this is a situation where human beings have frequently found themselves in. A classic example is the American Civil War, where sometimes it was split right down the families. So there would be one family with two brothers, and one brother would be fighting for the north and the other one for the south. And sometimes when we are on the path of dharma, when we are trying to do truly what is right, then sometimes we find ourselves in direct opposition to those we consider our kith and kin. And I believe it takes a tremendous amount of courage and moral fortitude and belief in our own sense of self-righteousness to persevere in the face of such thing. And Arjun found himself in such a situation, and this is where some of the deepest truths of Hindu moral philosophy were expounded to him by the avatar of Lord Vishnu, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. श्लोक 31 अध्याय 1 of the Bhagavad Gita. न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न कांक्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च. So, I do not see how good can come from killing my own kinsmen in this battle, nor can I, my dear Krishna, desire any subsequent victory, kingdom, or happiness. So, how do you enjoy the fruits of victory when to achieve that you had to kill your own kinsmen? किं नो राज्येण गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवे जीवितेन वः येषम् अर्थे काङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगसुखानि च तः इमे वस्थिता युद्धे प्राणं त्याक्त्वा धानि च आचार्यः पितरः पुत्रस्तथैव च पितामहः मम तुल्यः स्वसुरः पौत्रास्याल्यः सम्बन्धिनः तथा एतं न हन्तुम् इच्छामि ज्ञातोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराज्यस्य हेतोः किं नु मही कृते निहत्या धृतराष्ट्रान् न पृथि स्याज Janardana. O Govinda, which is another name for Bhagwan Shri Krishna, of what avail to us are a kingdom, happiness, or even life itself, when all those for whom we may desire are now arrayed on this battlefield. O Madhusudana, when teachers, fathers, sons, grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers in law, grandsons, brothers in law, and other relatives are ready to give up their lives and properties and are standing before me, why should I wish to kill them, even though they might otherwise kill me? O maintainer of all living entities, Adhar Stambha, Vishwadharam, you know. I'm not prepared to fight with them, even in exchange for the three worlds, let alone this earth. What pleasure can be derived from killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Papam eva shrayed asman hatvaitan आत्तायिन्नः तस्मन्नर्ह वायं हन्तुं धृतराष्ट्रान् स बान्धवान् स्वजनं Ki katham hatva sukhina syama madhava. Sin will overcome us if we slay such aggressors. Therefore, it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra and our friends. What should we gain, O Krishna, goddess of the husband of fortune? How could we be happy killing our own kinsmen? So, Bhagwan Shri Krishna is considered an avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu. The celestial consort of Bhagwan Vishnu is considered a Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth and prosperity. So it is a very interesting metaphor that how someone who is considered as the pillar which supports the entire world and is considered the protector of humanity, Lord Vishnu, his celestial consort is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. Because if you want to maintain social order, if you wish to, if a society wishes to enjoy harmonious coexistence, then a certain level of wealth and prosperity is no doubt essential for the continuation of that society. So यद यद्यप्येते एते न पश्यन्ति लोभोपातः केतसः कुलक्षाम कुलक्षया कृतं दोषं मित्रद्रोहे च पतकम् कथम न ज्ञेयम् अस्माभिः पापद अस्मान् निवर्तितं कुलक्षयकृतं दोषं प्रापस्यभिर्जनार्दन. O Janardan, although these men, their hearts overtaken by greed, see no fault in killing one's family or quarreling with friends, why should we, who can see the crime in destroying a family, engage in these acts of sin? कुलक्षये प्रणश्यन्ति कुलधर्मः सनातनः धर्मे नष्ट्ये कुलं कृत्स्नमधर्मो भिभवत्युत. With the destruction of dynasty, the eternal family tradition is vanquished, and thus the rest of the family becomes engaged in irreligion. So basically, Arjun's crisis of conscience was derived or was based on the fact that he knew that he would have to kill his own kinsman in this battle, and he knew that he was on the right side, and he knew that his cause was a just cause, and therefore it was within dharma to vanquish his close friends and his allies, and not exactly the allies, sorry, but his family members. However, he still knew that the war would involve large scale destruction of society on the whole, and he was genuinely terrified of what the downstream consequences of this large scale destruction would be. That the family tradition would be destroyed. That no long term good would come out of it. And a very relevant example of this thing can be found in the history of the First World War. So the First World War was a terrible war. Fought mainly between Germany and France and England, although of course other countries were involved. And it involved horrific losses on both sides of the battle. However, when Germany was finally defeated in this battle, the Allies they imposed pretty harsh treaties on Germany, and Germany was forced to pay large sums of money as reparations. And this broke the back of the German economy. It led to mass discontent amongst the common Germans who felt that they did not deserve this mistreatment. And basically, one of the precursors to the Second World War, which is even bloodier and even more destructive than the First World War, is thought to be the terrible conditions which were imposed on Germany after the end of the First World War. And because the Allies knew what had happened to Germany after the First World War, which had bred the discontent that led to the Second World War, after the end of the Second World War, the Allies, while stamping out Nazism, were relatively kinder to Germany. So there was this plan called the Marshall Plan, where United States of America, in fact, gave Germany giant sums of money on loans almost to help them rebuild their infrastructure, rebuild everything, and make it one of the most. And today, Germany happens to be one of the most prosperous countries in the world. Partly because the Allies helped industrialize them, partly because the Allies led them to prosperity. So instead of completely destroying their enemies in the Second World War, what they did was they eliminated their true enemy, which was Nazism and Nazi ideology, and then they helped rebuild those societies into peaceful, tolerant ones. And they did the exact same thing also with Japan, which is why Japan also is one of the most prosperous and peaceful countries in the world today. With this, I would like to conclude this segment. I'm currently on Shlok 39 of the Srimad Bhagwad Gita. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments how you are finding this exercise. And yeah, stay tuned for more. Jai Shri Krishna.